great technique at all. It did leave me with sort of a, the ability to do upstrokes, let's say that. So this is 3 notes. If you're a guitar player, you can remember it, and even if you're not, I bet you can. It's an A note and on the 5th fret, which is the best place to play an A note. And then you got 2 notes on the B string, they're G, E. And I'm going to do the first note with an upstroke. And that might be counterintuitive, because a lot of times the first note is always a down, but I'm going to do it with an up. And I recommend you do as well. And then the next note's going to be a down, so it's up, down, and then a pull off. Just pull with your finger. So it's 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your first finger doesn't even have to move, you can just keep it there. Only your pinky is moving. So the left-hand part is easy. The right-hand part is simple, but if you haven't tried doing licks that start with upstrokes, it might feel a little uncomfortable at first. But it shouldn't be too bad because the lick is simple. That's why I'm showing it to you. It's a good place to start. You can watch my right hand, and I'm just doing this little bouncy to make that happen. So on its own, that's a really cool rock and roll lick. I mean, you could be playing your rock song. But what I want to show you is, well, basically when I learned that, I think I was like 12 or something, and I could kind of do it. And I just started playing it in every song that I would learn with my band. I was lucky enough to find a drummer and a bass player to play with, and so any song we would do, I would throw that solo in. And so it was a bunch of different tempos and different keys, and I just got really used to playing that lick over and over again. And it got so comfortable where I didn't even have to think about it. I could just throw it in. Those 3 notes didn't seem like 3 notes. They seemed like one chunk. That's the whole idea. So then I could start doing variations. And I wasn't even thinking about it. My hand would just accidentally do this. So I'm going to do the same 3 notes that you've seen. And then I accidentally added a 4th note, which is the D, on the G string. And it was comfortable to do that because those first 3 were, already sort of programmed into my brain, and then I just added 1 more note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that note I'm going to play with a downstroke. So it's an up and 2 downs with a pull off in the middle. And I'm going to take my left hand off and let you hear just the picking patterns. At that time, I wasn't nearly this analytical about it. I was just like, I know this lick and I added a note. But I'm trying to be a little more analytical to communicate it to you so you can take it home and try it. So it's an upstroke and 2 downs. The next thing I did was added a 5th note, and this is as complicated as I'm going to get. The 4th note is actually going to be on the B string, so we have 3 notes there now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the picking doesn't change at all. It's still 1 up and 2 downs. Up, down, pull up, and down. So it's up, down, down, up, down, down. And so, just by adding 2 notes, this has turned into a furious rock solo. the only other thing I'm going to show you about this, because it's easy, is once you have those 5 notes, you can try going back up, because that's going, down in pitch, so the highest note coming down. Then just go back up. And in both directions, I want to emphasize I'm not picking everything. I'm picking the first note with that upstroke, a down, 2 pull-offs, which make it easy for this hand, then a down, then an up, then 2 hammer-ons, and you're back to your up. So, for me personally, getting that kind of technique happened over about, I'd say maybe a 4 or 5 year period. I really did this one leg for 3-noted for a really long time. And I think if somebody, if I could go back in time and come to my own clinic and learn this, I could probably have gotten it a lot faster. But I still recommend getting the simple one down really well first, where you can do it when you're sick and tired and can't see, and your strap breaks and your guitar's down on the floor, and you can still do that lick. That's when you know you're ready to add on the next part. So start with the 3, then go to the 4, then go to the 5. And that's how a lot of my fast playing came together. It just started something really simple, and over the years I built on it in tiny little increments until it got crazy like it is now. But I still like the simple things. They still sound good. So after that long speech, I'm going to play some more music. And this is yet another Racer X song. I suppose every artist has their hits. I'm trying to think of hits. Like Barry Manilow has I Write the Songs. Captain and Tennille have Levels Keep Us Together. The Beach Boys have Surfin' USA. And I've got Scarified.